So I like everybody just to take a moment and close your eyes and breathe and give thanks to whatever that is going on. And maybe nothing's going on in your life, but give thanks over yourself. Your every day, you're getting up, you're going to sleep and resting. Give thanks over your community, your family, the people we work with, new beginnings, like the new place that you're getting ready to get, and new beginnings. And in some situations, I went to a funeral yesterday, giving thanks for the ending of my friend's mother's life. You can hear from the testimonies in the service that they had a beautiful relationship, son and mother relationship. And it was so hard feeling to hear him say how I love my mother and how supportive she was and how he took care of her and her in her last days. Um, to have a relationship that you feel secure in, that somebody's there supporting you. A lot of people we have in our life do not support their views, their love. And I don't even know if they realize how words bring you down and words lift you up. So let's just take a moment and breathe for a few seconds, closing your eyes and getting in touch with your own self, breathing in your love and breathing out your love. Breathing in fresh air, breathing out any stale air that's just maybe in your lungs, breathing in again. And if you feel like you want to, place your hand over your heart as you're breathing in and embrace yourself. You know, embrace who you are, embrace who you're becoming, embrace letting go things that doesn't feel good to you. Let it go because it's no longer controlling us. Breathe in that and breathe in your love for yourself. It is so important to love yourself completely. So breathe in that love. Breathe out anything that's no longer serve you, that make you feel any kind of way. And just take a moment and breathe in love. Breathe out love. Breathe in and love again. Breathe out. Soften your face because we don't even know we make face gestures talking to someone or just thinking about something. Soften your face. Soften your heart. Softening your shoulders. Soften your tummy. We have so much emotions in our mind, our heart, our tummy. Just let it go. Just very, very gently scan, starting from your toes, moving on up your body, softening, relaxing, letting any tension go. Your legs, your body, your shoulders, just letting everything go. Breathing in again and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in again and breathing out. Claiming this day is your day. So anything you need in this day right now, claim it. Peace, more of something, talking to someone that has been on your mind. Claim that you will get in touch with that person through phone or text or email, maybe sending a card, maybe just praying over that person and declaring that person is well and happy, and that you see your friend, a family member, co-worker. And if that person is yourself, claim what you need of yourself. More of something, less of something, happiness, a completion of a thought, a deed, and breathe in again, breathe out again, breathe in again, a deep breath filling up your lungs, a soft breath releasing your breath. One more in, bringing up, releasing, softening your body and your heart. And very gently, if you want to, only if you want to, open your eyes. And I'm in just a very, very thankful state of mind right now. So I think my Reiki share today will just touch on gratefulness and thankfulness, and over everything. Me and my son, I was just, if you just came on, we experienced a flood in the house with the last really heavy, heavy rain. And it could have been very devastating to everything that he had to take care of. But because we prayed and we gave it all to the higher Jesus, and we didn't get attached to the pain it could we could have experienced, the sorrow of losing objects and things that been with us for a very long time. And every day we see that we have lost something that I thought was safe. I've had my Weight Watchers books got over 20 some years, and I'll go to them every now and then to refresh what I need to be doing and eating. And so they were all stuck together. And so I was able to go to Amazon and find two of them that is really important to me. And so just grateful. I'm in a grateful atmosphere, state of mind, and just so very grateful. So um I want everybody to think, um and at the end of our Reiki session, you can share with me. But I want you to think in your mind, and if you have pen and pencil beside you, fine. It doesn't matter. Three major things that you're grateful for. It could be family, it could be something happened really unexpected. Somebody blessed you. You blessed somebody. You are blessed. It could be your atmosphere that you in. Going out, just getting some fresh air and being involved in your life. Whatever it is, think of three things that you are totally, totally blessed for, and hold on to that. Know that you're blessed. Call it so and know that it's coming to you. We see so much stuff that before we even say bless me in this situation, we see it and we generate towards it. It could be a doctor's report, it could be something you didn't feel like doing that you have to do, it could be anything. So I'm saying, before you get in that word verbally, your mindset, change that around and say, even in the midst of going through something that was horrendous, that you're blessed in that. And I think what we do, because my niece does this a lot, is she sees something happen. It could be on TV, something she have to deal with. Before she asks the universe and God or her mind to bless her in it, she start claiming it, talking about it, being involved in it, and so much that it affects your spirit. So this week, I'm asking, no matter what you go through, no matter what you hear, no matter anything, call it blessed, that you'll go through it, that you be blessed in it, that you'll be blessed to others, that you be blessed for yourself, that the situation will turn around and bless you, no matter what the situation is. So, I just want you to imagine a blue ball that's surrounding you, that you're completely in. And blue is for communication, speech, talking, understanding, your heart, your throat chakra. And I think sometimes we get clogged up in our throat chakra. And I think we get clogged up because of our speech, our thinking. We think, and therefore we speak over things that you may be involved in conversation with family, with friends, with people. And I ask that God show us through all of this that we are blessed, that your blessing first start with your your frame of mind, how you think things through. And then as you start thinking, we start verbalizing and speaking our blessings, or we can speak our blessings and it will come to us. So I think that's where the power in comes in, is using your mind, your voice, being blessed in all things, your heart, cleaning your heart up. We have stuff in our heart that just holds us back, make us heavy. Um, and to clean your heart up, place your hands over your heart and say, I am not heavy over this time in my life that I have to deal with, the things I have to deal with. I am light. I am more than enough. I am strong. I am capable. I am more than enough. I am loved. I am loved. And I think it's very important that each and every day we take a moment to meditate on loving yourself, being strong for yourself, being open to yourself before we go into anybody else's thoughts, meaning, things that you have to do for family members, loved ones. First, clean yourself up. Take a moment to just clean yourself up. And I like one thing that I've learned from doing Reiki, learning Reiki, is I love tapping and brushing off. Tapping around your heart is very important, cleaning your heart up. So tapping around your heart, brushing off, tapping around your mind, on top of your head, around your brain, the back of your head, your forehead, around, and tapping around your ears, because we hear things and we just get so attached or claim what we hear, and everything we hear is not good for us. So tap around your ears and just brush anything that may be heavy on your ears, heavy on your heart, heavy on your head. Just tap around your head. And very, 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 very gently, Tap around your eyes. Tap your eyes closed, and just tap because, first of all, sometimes we see things. We may see sadness or anger. Something somebody did something that's anger to you. Just tap and brush and take time to look out your window and see love, see life, see trees, see the sky, see your animals, your pets, see your loved ones. Just, tap, refresh, and brush away any heaviness. Just brush it away. If you have any aches and pains in your neck, your feet, your arms, your hands, I'm noticing that my fingers are getting a little stiff now. So what I do is, when I'm sitting down, or I try to bring my memory to it, is exercise my fingers, bringing up, balling them up, releasing them gently, balling, releasing, and massaging my fingers, back of my hands, stretching. And a lot of people and this is today's world, texting on a computer, and we don't give our fingers and hands and wrists any love back. We're doing the same thing constantly, over and over and over and over again. So take time in the midst of doing all of that. Just love your hands, massaging your hands, massaging each finger, the back part, the, and then going over and massaging your palm of your hand, going complete circles, massaging, taking your thumb, going up each finger, massaging, going to your other hand and massaging, back and forth, and massaging around your wrists. We stiffen our wrists up so much, and we wonder why we having new aches and pains, because we're doing the same thing over and over and not loving your hands and your fingers and your wrists. And if you have lotion by your bed, and I usually keep that by my bed, to gently lotion your hands and just massage. And then just stretch one side and the other, not with a lot of pressure, but just taking your time, stretching, balling your fist, releasing, balling, releasing, balling, gently and releasing. And stretching your fingers as wide and moving as wide as you can. And then very gently, after you stretch, just bring your hands in very soft fists and release. And bring it out again and release. And loving your shoulders, just bringing your shoulders up to your ears very gently, and then very gently, slowly releasing and bringing it up to your ears again and slowly releasing. And pointing your toes away from you and pointing your toes back towards you. Pointing your toes away and back. And that's called self-love. Loving yourself, taking time for yourself, and doing things that honor your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit. Honoring yourself in the midst of your everyday world. Honoring yourself, loving yourself. We have a whole lot of people we love, families, children, companions. partner, husband, wife, our pets, our babies. Um, but to get the best out of who you are, to love yourself first. We can love daddy, mama, brother, sister, husband, whoever your baby pets are. We can love them, take care of them. But in the midst of taking care of everybody else in your community, take care of yourself first. I haven't done it on a daily basis or a night basis, but I'm finding taking a nice bath with Epsom salt, putting a candle on, relaxing with music is so wonderful. And I'm also learning in the midst of who I am in this season is to cut the TV off, the phone off when I'm having my meals, and to take my meals, put it on a nice plate with a regular fork and a regular knife because I had a habit of just picking up paper plates. So now I'm honoring myself. Even if I have water, I have a beautiful glass that I drink my water out. And believe it or not, it makes me feel special because I am special. I don't have to rush my life and eating while I'm trying to do something else. I'm learning to take time for my special moments, whatever my special moment is. I'm in this season, I'm learning how to cook things that I have never cooked before. So before I started this, I went to the store yesterday and I got a recipe and I'm planning on getting a new recipe every week. It could be soup, it could be a main dish. So this recipe, I'm making short ribs. Never made them before. Ate them a couple of times out in a nice restaurant. But I want to cook a meal that I'm proud of, that I love the presentation, that it tastes wonderful. So, like any recipe, I looked at what ingredients that I need to have when I start my meal. Then I read the recipe 3 times so I know exactly what comes first, what comes second, what comes third. And so this morning, I read the recipe again to see how to prepare my food. I took all the ingredients I needed for that dish, put it on the counter, put my um, pan I need on the counter. I prepped my food. It was carrots and onions and thyme and rosemary, wine, um, olive oil, tomato paste, flour. It was, and I had everything on the counter. So I prep my meal and put it in the oven and see how much time I need to cook. So anything in life that we want done well, we have to prep it or have preparations or have plans. If it's going to the grocery store, I find I do so much better if I write my grocery list. If I run the store and think I'm getting one thing and I don't write a list, I find I'll get so many other things that's not on my list. So preparing for your everyday, going to the grocery store. If you go to the grocery store and you get wine, and if it's your favorite wine, you pretty much know where it is and to pick it up. But if it's something new and you have questions about it, or and if you're not prepared, writing it down, looking it up, Googling it, you're gonna probably go through um, a roadblock. But when you prepare for the things that you need, in the time that you need it. It usually goes much smoother because you have prepared for the recipe, um, people visiting you, teaching classes. As Alice can surely tell us, she prepares for the people coming in her house with prayer. She check and see, and people come in the house, you want them before the class start. If they're bringing their lunch, if you're offering something, nuts or fruits or things, you prepare for that. And life goes much smoother when you plan your day. So take a moment and give yourself a praise, a thankful, you're thankful, and think about what can you put in place to prepare your day, whatever that day you need to do. Like Friday morning, I knew I need to pay certain bills. I placed the bills on a table. I had my paper and pen of what I'm going to pay to this person for this credit card. And I wrote how much I had in the bank and how much I had after I paid these bills and what I wanted left between one pay period to the next. Because I find long time ago that if I don't write my bills out or say I'm going to allow this amount of money to do grocery shopping, sometimes I'm shorter than I want to do. I spent more than I want to spend. And it's just preparing what you need to do. And that's every day. If you're going over a friend's house and you only wanted to stay over their friend's house for a couple of hours because you have planned to come back home, wash your hair, prep your meals, but you stay longer, you're going to get tired if you push the envelope to try to do more than you plan to do. And I have a girlfriend that I'm very, very, very close with, but every day she does more than she planned on doing and visiting or doing chores. And by the end of the day, she has no energy left. She is so tired, so bent out. And when you're not resting and you're not getting your proper rest because you're overthinking, extending yourself, extending your body. Yes, extending your body. And extending your body is your mind, is your thoughts. You have nothing left in that day to pull from. So if you have a full day, you plan in that day, think it or write it down. I need to rest an hour sitting down doing absolutely nothing to replenish your body and your mind. Because if you pull from those things, your body and your mind, we're not going to think right. We're going to be so tired the next day if you have something on your plate to do the next day. So, what I have been doing, because as I shared with Alice, I had a stroke in June of last year. And the most thing that healed me was resting, taking time and rest, cutting the TV off, knowing that my body needed a lot of sleep at this healing time. And a couple of times I didn't realize that. I had a stroke. I acknowledge that, but I still try to get up and clean, wash clothes, cook, because that was my everyday routine, doing something. Well, in life, things change at different seasons, and we need different things at different seasons. In a season of me healing, I needed more rest. I wasn't able to um, read. I love reading. When I read, it made no sense to me because my mind was healing. When I talked, and if I was extremely tired, I made no sense to my family, my son and my niece and my daughter, because I tired myself out and my brain was affected about me tiring myself out. So when I said words, it didn't fall in line what I wanted to say. I said one word, it made no sense to anybody, but in my brain, that pops out my head. So when I find out that I take time to rest, completely rest, I massage myself, giving myself Reiki, allowing myself to rest. And a lot of people wanted to talk to me, and that out of love, seeing if I'm okay. But I was not capable of having long conversations at this season in my life. So I need you to examine yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit. What do you need in this season in your life? What more do you need? What less do you need? What makes you happy, make you laugh? Right now, my season is to cook. I have been cooking the same things all my life. It ain't good, but I want to cook something different, something fabulous, something beautiful, something tasty. In order for me to do that, I had to pull from cookbooks. Some offered me a lot of things that I want to try, some did not. And I found out that the simplest recipes are the best ones for me. I don't need a difficult recipe. I need something easy, something for me to know how to prepare, and something that I want to try that I haven't tried, that I tried in restaurants and I haven't tried home. I need simple words. And so that's what I need in my season. And my house is a beautiful house, but I have gotten too much stuff in it and I don't like it. So my season for the next 3 or 4 months is letting things go, giving it to goodwill, giving it to churches, giving it to whoever, friends. I'm finding less is more. So I need to figure out my kitchen, what pots and pans, what dishes, what glasses that I want that is going to speak to me in that space. What clothes did I want? What clothes did I need to give away? What books do I want that I'm going to keep? And what books did I have accumulate that it's no space? So in this new season, in this new year, this 2024 year, make a note, find out what's good for you, what is no longer good for you, what is occupying space that you don't need it anymore. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again and breathe out again. Breathe in your love. Imagine your space the way you want it. If you like a lot of space, get rid of some things. If you're enjoying the space that you're in, everything is where you want it to be, occupying the space and the love, then you're in a very good space. It's something that you want to add to your space, a new picture, opening up the windows so you can see when you look up in the morning, um, the sky, your garden. What books that you haven't read that you want to read or listen to? What recipes that you think about but never taken the time to open a book and find out? Like one of the new recipes that I looked up was hummus. I love hummus with veggies and chips. So I want an easy hummus and I want to add to it maybe different things. I found that recipe and I have my ingredients, and today I'm going to make hummus. What things in your life that you have been putting off that you know that's going to bring you happiness? And if you share it with a friend, a family member, that's going to bring them happy. What prayer can you say over yourself in the morning to start your day over protection, protecting your family, your loved ones, going out shopping, just sending that very strong prayer before you start your day? Thank you, universe, for taking care of me, for giving me this parking space I need, for when I go to the doctors, I'm seeing quickly and they listen to what I have to say. I thank you for the food that I'm about to eat during the course of the day, the water that I'm going to drink, being grateful. And then at that evening, when you finish and you're ready to go to bed, you finish your day, giving thanks. Thank you for the day. Thanking you that thanking the universe that I'm going to sleep well. I'm not going to toss and turn. That if it's anything that I need to do the next day, I'll write it down, deal with that the next day, that I'm at peace, that your bed is nice and fresh, that you have a fragrance that you like smelling and you sprayed it around your bed, that you take time to lotion and massage your body, your hands, your feet, that you send Reiki to yourself for a good, nice rest, that you thank yourself in your night, and you give grace and praise, and you sleep well because you prepared your body and your mind to rest. Breathe in again and breathe out again. And so as I go through the season, I just can't go without preparing the things that I know that I can prepare to have a better day, a better meal, to get rid of things, to increase things that maybe things that I don't have that's going to bring me a plant, hearing somebody's voice, sending love and Reiki out to family members, oh, to the universe, the environment and what's happening in is real. Praying over our land and praying over the oceans, praying over the rain, praying over the summer that's been so hot the last couple of summers, praying over your mind, sending Reiki to your mind, your heart, to your body, to your bones, to every organ in your body, to your thinking. So, as we coming to an end, I ask each of you to take your palms of your hands and place them over your heart, and thanking your heart for beating every day, thanking your heart for being healthy, thanking your heart for resting and not having any anxiety, taking time for yourself, and thanking your mind for not overthinking. We overthink so much that sometimes if I have a lot to do, I can't rest because I'm thinking about, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Should I spoke to them? So to get myself out of that mindset, I start saying the things that I'm grateful for. I start breathing, just simply focusing, breathing in and out. And I ask each part of my body to relax, chill out. And that seems to relax me and it makes me calmer. It makes me detach from all the things that I'm thinking about. So breathe in again and breathe out again. And know 80% of your day you're in control of. It may be some things that come up. You went to the store and you didn't get the one thing on your list that you know that's going to make the meal. Do you change your meal? Do you not change your meal? You eat something else until you get that ingredient. Simple and very important choices that we make that will make us happy or incomplete. But remember that you're in control, and changing a menu, leaving something out or putting something in, it's okay. Changing who's important to you at this time in this season, it's okay. We do not have to be with people that bring us down. Choose you every time. So take one more deep breath. If your eyes are closed, gently open your eyes. Choose you, and the people in your life will know the love that you have for them, the love you have for yourself. It's amazing. Realize who is in your life in this season and don't force it. If it doesn't feel right, it's okay to change your mind. Very gently open your eyes. Alice, would you like to share?
Yes. Oh my God, Pam, that was so relevant. Uh, I absolutely thank you because, again, the words I kept getting, uh, and yesterday I shared this with a client, put yourself first.
Wow.
And today, the words I kept getting for myself is for giving to myself is for getting. So it
Wow.
kind of combines basically what you were saying with yet another concept. And I thought, how absolutely perfect is that, especially for February, the season of love. And if
Yes,
you don't love you, you can't give love necessarily to
that's true.
anybody else. And this and the way you repeated it through so many different examples was terrific. So really appreciate that.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Or just call on them.
Okay,
That's I do.
Julia.
Hi, I always love your, I'm dark right now. I always love your meditations. I love the fact that it's the season of love. That's something that's fun. I've gotten a lot of messages recently also about, especially from Bill Sanda during the Akashic Records. He was like, you're blocking love to other people because of not lack of self-love. And I was like, wow, this is really relevant. So way to just drive that point on home. So writing in my notebook, love thyself. So yeah,
Yes.
it's very beautiful. I'm cooking today too. So cooking's passion project, makes me happy, nourish myself. I'm trying here.
Yeah,
So,
I am too because I have really never been a cook that follows a recipe. Somebody
correct.
tell me something, I'm like, okay, well, let me try to see if I can cook. So this season, I want to follow the recipe. I want to, from the beginning, I want to pick up the things I need to pick up, follow the recipe, and see how fabulous my meal is.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm claiming it. I'm claiming
Yes,
it.
same. It's
I'm
happening.
claiming it. Andrea, your speaker, one speaker. Okay. Okay. Right. You can in a trap in the if you want to send a chat, we can and we can. Okay. Okay.
And Andrea Lorenko?
Oh, unmute. You can unmute your button by pushing the speaker. Unmute. Okay, your phone. Unmute my phone number. I think you can unmute it by yourself. Is it on your pitch on your
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
You good. Can I hear you? I can't hear you. Um, are you on a phone or so unplug your phone, unplug your earpiece. What are you plugged to? And it should allow everybody to hear. Can you hear now? Is it plugged up to your laptop or is your earpiece plugged up? Hmm. Let me see. I don't know. I think your earpiece is plugged up to your laptop. And if you unplug it, we can hear you. Okay, and turn it up. Hmm. I
No,
don't know.
something's wrong.
Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. Liz, we'll come back and check one more time. Liz, yeah.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, everyone. I think that was just such a beautiful way to start the week. And like the other comments, I mean, that's sort of where my mind's been at for February of, okay, this is the month of love. And it's Lent. So let me just
Yes, yes.
self-love 150%. And so it's funny that you talked about the cooking because I saw on this masterclass, this famous chef that is teaching people how to cook vegetarian foods. That it just really resonated. So all of these things about nourishing yourself are sort of top of mind. So this was just the perfect message to reinforce all of that. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to I cook the same thing all the time. And I just want to be new this season. This is a season for just embracing yourself, loving yourself. Good. So enjoy your master class. Yes. Yay. Rita, you have anything you want to share?
Hey,
Hi.
so how are you? How's
Funny.
everyone? Good. So I put up a post while you was telling us to write it down of what we
Okay.
was grateful for. I'm gonna see, can I show it to y'all? I don't know how to turn the camera around. I wrote, can you see that? Maybe y'all can't see that, but that's what I put up. I wrote, I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for my mind. I'm grateful for my eyes. And I offer them to name 3 things that they are grateful for as well. So I
Oh,
just did that while you was talking and about the cooking. I'm kind of like you in the kitchen. I call myself an alchemist. I'm an alchemist in the kitchen because I have recipe books, but I have never used the recipe to cook anything. I just go in my head and I say, I'm gonna make this. And then when people taste it, they really love it. And it's just my own thing in the kitchen.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yay. And
Yeah.
that's how I always cook. What somebody tell me, so let me see, what did you put in it? Like, and then I'll go on and try to imitate it myself. But I
Mm-hmm.
want, yeah, I'm into I'm trying to get some good recipes because I want different food that I'm not used to eating. I want to try
Mm-hmm.
something different.
You
But
gotta
I'm
try some pasta. You gotta try some pasta if you like pasta with the Italian dressing and put all your favorite veggies in there. Not just
oh
like, you know how they make the spaghetti pasta and they put cucumbers
yes.
in it. I'm talking about cucumbers, string beans. You can put zucchini, black olives, the red olive, the green olives. You
Oh, I'm
can
gonna
put
try that.
that broccoli, everything in it. And it is
That's
so good and it's filling.
I'm gonna try
I put
that.
cheese
Thank
in mine and sometimes I boil some eggs at the end, but I don't put the eggs in the mix, but I'll chop up a boiled egg on the plate. Like when I'm finished with all that, it's so good.
I'm gonna try that. Thank
Hmm.
you.
Yeah.
Ashley. Ashley, you want to share? Okay, maybe she stepped away from the phone. I mean
Yeah.
the laptop. And I'm Bob, where's Bob at? Did she have to leave? I know she was here earlier.
She was
She
here.
said she had to go. She had something she said about her housemate. She had to do something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Andrea asked me to unmute her. I have unmuted her, and yet it's still not coming. I don't see that she's muted, but she still can't come through, and I apologize.
Okay. Did you want to leave did you want to text us a chat? Is she able to um type in something that she wanted to share with us?
It's not okay. It says she's not in this meeting, so she must have left.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everybody have a happy um February. I'm sorry. Yeah, February of love, loving yourself, being kind to yourself, realizing what you need in this season and going for it. If you need more rest, if you don't need more rest, if you need to exercise more, if you want to get back into yoga and stretching, it's really, really good for everything in your body, mind, body, and soul. Um, go for it. Do new, do old, do whatever makes you happy. And I thank everybody. Namaste. Have a great week. And remember to love
Have a good
yourself.
evening.
Thank you, Pam.
Alice, it's good to
Thank you.
see you, Alice.
Thank you.
It's good to see you back. I missed you, Alice. I'm glad you're feeling well.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That was 7 weeks of pneumonia. So
oh
Wow.
wow.
pretty
Wow.
rough.
Okay. I'm
But
glad you got back.
and oh my God, Pam, what you said about resting, the only thing you wanted to do was rest. It's the only thing I wanted to do was rest. I would get up in January, I'd get up, have breakfast, and come back to bed because I
It's
was
healing.
exhausted.
It's
So
healing.
yeah. Yeah, it's healing. Sometimes that's all your body needs. Just
Just to rest, just to heal. And I have a girlfriend that does not understand that. And I'm afraid that she's wearing her body out because she has a lot of health issues, but she will not rest
wow.
even a couple of hours during a day. If she's not doing something, she's on the phone, she's planning on doing something, and she goes out a lot.
Wow.
And, you know, I asked her to rest, just rest. And she doesn't.
She doesn't get the message. Yeah.
No. Y'all have a great, great, great week.
Y'all too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.